poem.
That would be helpful.
So first, if there's a single story, right?
Yeah.
And then whether or not the single story is powerful. And then what else do we need to think about as far as single stories? If they can be powerful and they can be what?
Look at your why, guys. Someone look at the why. What why does Mrs. Writings have on the board? Grace.
To explore how powerful stories can be.
What's the second one?
To see the simple story.
Good job, kiddo.
So powerful or dangerous? Okay,
Right.
when we listen to the poem. All right, and I'm gonna walk and read. So the name of our poem is We and They, and it's written by Rudyard Kipling. How many of you have ever seen The Jungle Book? You ever watched the movie The Jungle Book? Anybody read the short story The Jungle Book? All right, that's Rudyard Kipling as well. And so he wrote a long time ago, so sometimes we struggle with the language, right? We think it doesn't sound like us, so then we think we can't access the poem. What I'm asking you to do is to not get hung up on the language, but just think about those things we said. What story is being told? Is it a single story? Is it powerful? Is it dangerous? And you'll have it all figured out. Got it? All right, here we go. Father and mother and me, sister and auntie say, all the people like us are we, and everyone else is they. And they live over the sea, while we live over the way. But would you believe it? They look upon we as only a sort of they. We eat pork and beef with cow horn-handled knives. They who gobble their rice off a leaf are horrified out of their lives. While they who live up a tree and feast on grubs and clay, isn't it scandalous? Look upon we as a simple and disgusting they. We shoot birds with a gun. They stick lions with spears. Their full dress is on. We dress up to our ears. They like their friends for tea. We like our friends to stay. And after all that, they look upon we as an utterly ignorant they. We eat kitchen-y food. We have doors that latch. They drink milk or blood under an open thatch. We have doctors to feed. They have wizards to pay. An impudent heathen. They look upon we as a quite impossible they. All good people agree, and all good people say, all nice people like us are we, and everyone else is they. But if you cross over the sea instead of over the way, you may end, by think of it, looking on we as only a sort of they. So before we go on to the next part, at your tables, I want you to talk about these things. What story is being told? Is there a single story being told? Is it powerful? Is it dangerous? What story? Is it a single story? Powerful? Dangerous? What questions do you have for us?
Can I give one quick?
Sure.
One quick part of input, because how many people find poetry difficult? I'm right there. Poetry is very difficult to read. Something that someone coached me with that helped me with poetry was poetries are like movies. Everything you see is on purpose. So the number of words, the cadence of the words, the capitalization. Poetry's fun because it breaks rules, but we also have to know that everything is for a reason. So as you're having those discussions, think about that.
All right, again, what story? Is it a single story? Is it powerful? Is it dangerous? And go.
I think it's a southern settlers in the colonies talking about the Indians behind the facts.
What? But it's also, is it single?
Well, it's describing the
And then is it
Indians.
powerful and is it dangerous? Okay, what? Single, powerful.
Good job.
So you two actually have to talk to each other.
I think that's a single story.
And you're going to talk to them. And you might not like it, but you're going to
I think he talks about
Hey, Veronica and Grace, I asked you ladies for a huge favor. Can I ask Veronica to sit here and Grace to sit here and just for discussion?
We actually need one right there.
Okay, can one of you go there, one of you stay here, I'm sorry. Thank you, ladies.
You come this way.
What did you start to talk about?
All right, so
I saw you
deciding what it
guys
is that we're being told. Deciding if it's a single story, or dangerous, or powerful. Can you go in that order? Yeah.
Oh, I love that. What do you think, Ryan? Do you agree or
How did you
disagree?
guys think the story is? What do you think the
Do you
story
agree?
is?
Lily, what do you think?
Well, first you had to identify what the story is that's being told, right? So what story do you think is being told? Huh? But
That
what
each
is
one
the
is the same story. I love that.
That's like kind of going through
About what do you think?
Okay.
Lauren?
What about when he says, we and everyone, what part is a single story? So when we put, but would you believe it? And look upon me as only a sort
Well,
of
like
they.
Chris
How does that
says,
happen?
it seems like somebody thinks they're better than somebody else, right? Who thinks they're better?
Right here.
The
Would you
weeds,
believe
the
it?
weeds probably,
And
right?
look
Who are they
upon
better
me
than?
as only a sort
Is
of
there a
they.
single
So
story being
this is
told?
us. If we are the we, and they are the they. See how I'm gonna do it? Look at me, Ryan.
Do we know the
look
they
at me.
story
So, real
according
short.
to the
This
they?
is hard. If it was easy, I would have
We only know the weeds
But would
perspective.
you believe
So is there a
they
single story?
look upon
Yes.
we
And whose
as
perspective is
only a
it?
sort of they?
The
You get what I'm doing?
weeds. Is that
They
powerful or is that
look
dangerous?
upon
Have you talked
me
about that
as
yet?
only a sort of
Why
they.
is it dangerous?
You get it now? Yeah, you get it? So, we eat pork and beef, cow or handled knives. They
Yes.
gobble their
So
rice
can that
off of
story
me
be
are
powerful?
glorified out of
What
their
makes a
minds.
dangerous story powerful or a single
While
story
they
powerful?
who live up in a tree and feast on grubs and clay, is it scandalous? Look upon me, look as a simply disgusting they. So what are they saying?
So like if you think like
That they look at us like,
say that we successful, you're going to.
how is that dangerous?
You're going to think we are correct.
Right. And if you look back at the culture, they remember sometimes there's a single story.
Okay, no, Lily, that was really good that they don't know about us. They don't know about us. I love it. That's really good. That was really
Did you
good.
guys tell me what the story
Right?
was?
That's great.
Like what it
You
is.
awake, Lily? You need water?
I mean, think about it.
I don't know if this is right.
Thank you. That was really good.
How they
Alright,
live
moving
versus
back.
say someone else.
How do we do here?
Like their lifestyle.
Who we are versus someone else, right? Whose story is being told?
I guess this is
Colonial side of that.
That's a
I
good
like
question.
I like
That's
this
a
right
ask
here.
whose
It's
story
like
is
we and they,
I think
we
it's
and
right.
they, right?
I'm a sword.
Believe
They say
shoot birds with a gun. They say lions with spears.
and
So where's he
they
talking
got their
about?
guys that
Between what
So I think they're talking about like
what town did you talk
So
about?
it's,
We shoot birds with a gun.
Whose perspective is that?
They stick lions with spears.
So the weeds are telling the story of the they.
So okay, that's really close.
So is that a single story?
It's okay, they shoot lions because the lion hunting tribes are all
How do you know
Maasai.
that?
You heard of the Maasai? The Maasai are people how to be sacred.
Yes, so is that?
So I know a little bit about that background. They hold the
Um,
cow to be sacred, but what they do,
You
they
don't have to go
I
through
think the stories from.
don't kill it.
I think
We're not talking about where
No
the
one reads
solution, we're
it.
talking about is the story dangerous
They
or
also
powerful?
do this like,
Is this single story dangerous or
they
not?
do this dress up thing the Maasai do, and they like scar, like tattoo their bodies and stuff. I think that's what
Really? What?
their full dress is fun. We dress up to our ears. So what's he saying?
Now you're better, like,
It's
is
European,
it
right?
dangerous? Is
You
it
dress up,
powerful?
Logan.
Is it dangerous?
Get your head out of your hands and like.
I think it's dangerous.
What does that mean? Dress up to your
You can still
ears?
be independent. They don't.
Can it be both?
Yeah.
Yes, so how is it powerful?
I found this. I found two records that like
Like this, right?
a lot of people who date like me.
What?
Collars. We dress up to our ears. They dress on.
If you, I mean, like you can't, you don't like being so
So then we're actually on how, quote from the TED Talk, what makes a story powerful? What makes a story
Yeah.
powerful?
Because they do. In Africa, the Maasai is actually a big,
When it's untrue
it's a
or when
coming
it's
of age. You know how like, you probably have coming of age rituals, right?
When it becomes a
The
stereotype.
Maasai have a coming of age.
being
actually
told.
read the
That's what gets problematic.
secret for some reason. I don't exactly know.
And
It has to
that's
do
what
with-
I'll do.
I honestly thought the story was about the police and the.
All right, what is it about? It's about
But when you look at
we's and what?
Like, basically, we only
The
got
we's
one
versus
side
the
of the
theys, right? Who is telling the story?
believe this.
Whose story are they telling?
Like, the weird. Or is it?
From the theys. So is that a single story?
That's not the
Or both stories?
that's the backstory.
How do you know?
Yes.
Because they are not, that's the thing that's not really talking about.
So
Right,
it's only
like,
told
you know what's
from.
what's interesting to me is when
Okay,
I would talk to my
the,
friends,
the we's
I got to
are seeing their perspective of the they.
So I was looking for the word
culture and
perspective.
traditions, if that
So
makes
the
sense.
whole single story is told by the
Like
we's perspective, right? How
my
they
grandmother
understand
was
the
very,
they.
very strict.
Is that single
And she
story
actually
powerful? Is that
had
single
a
story
why.
dangerous?
And when you start to
Why?
look back at like my family's history, I go, oh wow, that's
Don't
why
start
I looked at this. That's
I don't think it's
why
powerful.
my
I
father
think so
shared
because
certain
this
things.
society,
Some
you know,
things could be untrue.
I feel like
Right?
they,
Yeah, that's what
other
it is.
side
That's
is
what I'm talking about. And it
like,
seems
why they
like
believe that.
it does seem
Because the
offensive.
they
I've never
story's
done
not
it.
being
Like I
heard,
didn't know.
No, so it's incomplete because
What does,
they can't show.
hang on one second, let's stay on this.
So
So
if
this story is
we were in school
incomplete,
in
right?
Japan,
Because we don't
and I
have
was
the
saying
race
like this is
perspective.
highly
So it's
offensive.
incomplete.
And I have no idea.
Probably
Like,
not
to us,
very true, right?
this is
And it's
completely
a single, how
way
do
to
you
say,
say
right?
story
Even
being
in the
powerful?
future, if I sit like this.
Metal rock on it.
This is me
Doesn't, like, if
showing that I
people
love
keep
you,
asking
that I show you the brother of
Barely
my
Say,
feet.
oh, look, the days are
So in their
coming.
culture, that's why they sit on their knees like this.
So
It's
how it
because they
becomes
don't want to
dangerous
show you
is
this
when it becomes
specific
that powerful,
it's
right?
considered
So the only story being told, that they don't have to
You know, also something that's
So that's why.
walking in with the right people, when you're not the first to go right, is considered shooting.
Let me give a
But,
All right, I need your voices at 0, please, in 3,
how do you know that?
in 2, and in 1. Still waiting. So just to recap some of the table conversations I heard, the story being told is we versus them as far as class, right? Who's better than who? The voice that we're hearing is the we. And the we is telling a story about the they, and we decided that that was a single story because we are only hearing the we's perspective of the they's. So in this story, the they's are not being heard. And because there's only one story being told, that makes it powerful because that's the one we believe. And it makes it dangerous because we don't know what the they's story is. You with me so far?
Yes.
All right. So now we're going to look at some language specifically. So if you look at the back of the room, there are nouns, verbs, and adjectives. I need you to tell me what you remember about nouns. Just shout them out. What do you remember about nouns? Person, place, or thing. That's pretty accurate. What about verbs? No, I think because we'll put the ones they find. What are verbs?
Direct.
Action verbs or action words. Those are things that can be done, right? What are adjectives?
Descriptions.
Descriptions of what?
Now.
Descriptions of things.
They describe nouns, so people, places, or things.
So
They
they
do
help-
not describe verbs. What do we call that part of speech that describes a verb?
Can't think of it, right? I know it.
It's an adverb, but we're not going to worry about those.
It kind of helps put a more clear picture in our mind, doesn't it?
Yes. So, nouns, people, places, things, verbs, what's being done, adjectives, describe people, place, or thing. Got it? I'm going to give you a number. When I tell you your number, I need you to write it at the top of this We They page. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, Lily, you're a 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Logan, you're a 1. Zariah, 2, 3. Alyssa, 1. You're a 2. All right, I need ones
That's duh.
over here. Ones over here. All of the ones right here between these two tables. if you're a one, but if you're not a
If
one.
some of you
you
need
get
a we and they worksheet, I have an extra one, 'cause it looks like not everybody got one. Who else needs a we and they sheet?
Twos are gonna be right here in the middle, so
Got
let's
one?
try just this table right here, and threes will be over here.
I'm couple.
Let's move your table back. That's like your
You're not safe.
1, 2, 3.
Caleb, you got everything? Ryan, we got Charles. You need another sheet. We and they.
No. Already have one.
Good.
Alright, and have your voices at 0 and your attention right here in 3, in 2, and in 1. Still waiting. Veronica, you almost ready? Yeah. Okay. Ones. Do you see the row that says nouns, and then there's a 1, 2, 3 in the box for we, and a 1, 2, 3 in the box for they? Your job is to find 3 nouns for the we side and 3 nouns for the they side. Twos. You see the middle row that says verbs? You guys are finding 3 words that we's do, and then 3 words that they do, and threes, you guys are the adjectives. So you're looking for 3 words that describe the we's, 3 words that describe the they's. Okay? Talk amongst yourselves to get your 3. You should all have the same 3 in each box. I'm going to set the timer for 3 minutes. Ready? Get set. Go.
Already got a sheet, but we like different names. And what did we do? Not like what did we do. Like what did the we's do? Like what did the verbs?
All right, let me time you out for a second. Time out in 3, in 2, and in 1. 2 things. You have big groups. So what I already noticed is that you're tending to work in 2 separate groups. You're one big group, so you should be working together. Secondly, as far as organization and time goes, what would make sense to do in your group so that you're efficient, which means you're working?
Read the passage.
What?
Read the passage.
Do you need to read the whole passage? No. You already know what you're looking for, right? So within your groups, why don't you split up by stanza? 2 of you take a stanza, and then the next 2 take a different stanza, and the next 2 take a different stanza. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. All right, let's try that. Go.
Alright.
What did you guys write for number 1 for this?
We already have we. So
I said she broke the
say we look
That's neat.
That's big brain.
And then it says twice they line
We have doctors to feed for we about.
For the third one, dresses up. They dress up to our ears.
I like it. Sorry.
Yeah.
No.
Would you get the third or the they? Or I mean we.
So it should
She
only
burns the
be 1
guns
word.
with
Over
plucking
the
beef
C is
and
not
we eat
enough.
kitchenary
But
food.
C is enough. Right?
What she said.
Eats is a verb, but not verb to be So you all, just focus on the word. So if you are nouns, you are only looking for nouns, you're not looking for noun phrases. All right, not verb phrases, not adjective phrases. So just, you literally should have 6 words written in your row by the time you're done. No, you're not, because what did I just say?
So for we,
You should have 6 words.
Oh, they have a
total.
wizard, yeah.
I just said we're not talking phrases. Eat is a verb, but not kitchen food. Pork and beef are not verbs. So work with your partner.
Yeah, that's a good one. So do you have that?
I can't really read it.
Did you put dress up? Shoot.
Good boy.
Say shoot because shoot is a verb. You are a verb.
Wait, you got it?
You're not nouns.
So let me see, I'll show you my adjectives.
Because they're nouns. You can only have verbs on your page.
So give me the adjectives. What are the adjectives for the week?
Oh, we need more time.
Yeah, there you go. That's funny. Go ahead. Good. That's it, Wade. Lily, good.
I was gonna say dress up and maybe.
You can put that they dress up.
Today.